Welcome! Today, we are going to explore a fascinating concept, the colors of sounds. Have you ever wondered if sound can have a color? Even though our ears can't see colors, the relationship between the two is real and has a very special name: synesthesia. Imagine listening to a song, and instead of just hearing it, you see colors floating in the air. This is what some people with synesthesia experience, a condition where the senses blend together. For example, when hearing a musical note, they might see a flash of color. Let's start with low sounds. Imagine a low note, like the one produced by a double bass or a drum. These sounds tend to evoke dark and deep colors like black, purple, or dark blue. These are colors that reflect the intensity and weight of low notes. Why does this happen? In the brains of these individuals, the sensory centers for sight and hearing are connected in a special way. So a sound like A might be seen as a bright yellow and C as a soft blue. High-pitched sounds like a bird's song or the sound of a triangle are often associated with brighter, more vibrant colors like yellow, orange, or red. These colors represent the lightness and energy of high notes. And what about music in general? Sounds also have different textures. For example, a soft and melodic piece of music might make us think of pastel colors, like pink or light blue, while a more intense and fast rhythm might evoke more saturated colors like bright red or violet. Now let's discover what color noises are, how they relate to the science of sound and light, and how they can affect our daily lives. Color noises are sounds with specific characteristics such as white, pink, and brown noise. Each of them has a unique frequency pattern. Sounds are waves that travel at different frequencies. How many times a wave repeats per second? Colors, on the other hand, are also associated with different light wavelengths. Low sounds, like bass in music, have lower frequencies and are sometimes associated with darker or warmer colors like red or brown.
High-pitched sounds, like whistles or violin sounds, have higher frequencies and can be associated with brighter or cooler colors like blue or white. The colors in light, like red, green, or blue, have specific wavelengths. Similarly, musical notes or sounds have vibration frequencies, and those vibrations can be compared with different colors in terms of how they affect our brain. Sound is a vibration that travels through the air and reaches our ears. Depending on the frequency of these vibrations, we can perceive low or high sounds. It's very similar to light. Lower frequencies, like low tones, could be compared to darker or warmer colors, while high frequencies, like high tones, can be compared to brighter or cooler colors. Imagine the lowest sound as the color red, while a higher sound would be the color blue. Even though we don't actually see those colors, our mind can make those associations based on how we feel when listening to different sounds. The idea that sounds have colors comes from a sensation called synesthesia, which occurs when one of our senses blends with another. People who experience synesthesia might see colors when they hear music or specific sounds. But beyond synesthesia, there's something in the nature of sounds that makes them associate with certain colors, even if we don't have this cross-sensory experience. It all has to do with frequency and vibrations. Why do we associate colors with certain sounds? Because both colors and sounds have an emotional influence on us. Low and deep tones tend to convey a feeling of calm or solemnity, which is why we associate them with colors like dark blue or brown. On the other hand, high-pitched sounds like the chirping of a wind instrument can give us a sense of energy or alertness, and we associate them with bright colors like yellow or orange. But the colors of sounds aren't just a metaphor. The vibration and frequency of sounds can influence how we perceive them and the emotions they evoke, which is why we connect certain sounds with specific colors. If you've ever felt inspired or captivated by a melody, now you know a bit more about how sound and color are connected. The magic of the colors of sounds is that, although everyone might associate different tones and colors with the same sounds, we all share this fascinating connection between the senses. Whether we see colors when listening to music or simply associate them mentally, sounds truly have colors that enrich our experience. So, if we could translate the frequency of a sound into a color, low tones might be more warm colors, and high tones might be more cool colors. This is due to the vibration of sound waves and light waves. A soft saxophone might evoke an atmosphere of golden or warm orange colors. A shrill violin might paint you pictures of bright red or even violet. Some composers and musicians, like Olivier Messiaen, tried to establish a more structured relationship between sounds and colors, creating what we could call a sonic rainbow. Let's imagine that musical notes have colors like those of the rainbow. C could be red, D could be orange, E could be yellow, and so on. It's like having a color palette for composing music. If you ever listen to a song that makes you imagine specific colors, you're living an experience similar to synesthesia, even without having the condition. So the next time you hear a song or an instrument, close your eyes and let the colors of the sounds guide you. What colors come to mind? Thank you for joining us on this sensory journey. See you in the next video. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe for more fascinating content about the world of sound and perception.